Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Money Monday series. I'm so excited to have my special guest, David, here with me today. He is the founder of Gifted Hands and his mobile barbershop. So I'm so excited to take you guys along this journey and see all the ins and outs, how he got to where he is today. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself so we can...
Okay. So I was born in Ethiopia. Moved here at a young age. Spent most of my early ages at a boarding school.
Yeah.
And after around like 10th grade, came out here, finished up, and then realized what I wanted to do was barbering. And so I went to school in New York for barbering. And
so do you think that this is something that happened in boarding school, or was it something?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because obviously there was nobody that, could cut our type of hair,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So, we had to kind of step up and, especially for the younger ones that were not able to, get haircuts
Right.
and stuff like that. So we had to step up and, provide that. So that's really where it started, honestly.
And then, how did you learn during that time? Did you just pick up the clippers and then...
Honestly,
practice?
my brother. I would say my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my brother Kalki, he used to cut hair. Like, he randomly just picked it up too. But
Right.
he's older than me, so he, usually it's the older boys that do it. So once I seen him do it, I just wanted to learn. So
Right.
I started cutting my own hair, you know what I'm saying? That's usually how a lot of barbers, start. So,
Did you ever mess up your own hair? Like that?
Yeah, there was a time where I had to get one of my boys to, shave me
Fix
bald.
it.
Yeah, no, shave me bald because it
Bald?
was bad. Yeah, so
Oh my gosh.
yeah, but you got to go through some failures to make it. So, but yeah, after that, I went to New York. Did my barber school, got my license out there. I worked at my first barbershop in Jersey. In New Jersey, and then seen the money was a lot better out here, so kind of brought it back out here. Worked in a barbershop for about 5.5 years.
Wow.
And then we were kind of hit with COVID last year, so it was a time of transition. Everybody was trying to figure out what to do. And my biggest thing was, how can I, provide the service that I want to provide,
Right.
and still be able to kind of keep myself and other people safe.
Right.
And so
This
the
is
more,
perfect.
the more I thought about it, the more, I started leaning towards this. Because I've had this idea before, but
Oh, okay.
I've always thought I would have the shop first, and then
Right.
and then I'll go on. But God has His own plans, and sometimes those are better. So. And actually all the time, but so I ended up just having my brother Mike and Kalki and a couple other friends come out and help me build it up, and yeah,
Literally,
we're sitting
it's
in now.
great. Right. It's so crazy. Do you think the obstacles along the way, what were some of the things that you dealt with that kind of pushed, that have postponed? Did you have a certain day that you wanted to start, and then certain things happen?
So yeah, I had some dates. I had some plans to start it early. In my head, how it was gonna go was, okay, I have this
Right.
1 month, I'm gonna just work on it and
Right.
get it done. But in reality, when we kind of came across a lot of the obstacles that kind of prevented us from starting that early, it was more because we honestly didn't know what we were doing. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't.
We were learning as we went.
And what was your like main source of learning how to build this up? YouTube so, University.
Yeah, YouTube University for real. So we would learn on YouTube, and then the next day we'll be back in here trying to put down what we learned. So essentially it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like we got everything that you see in here came from us like learning, going through videos all the time, and you know some creativity that kind of went into the interior. But other than that, everything else we just kind of slayed it.
As you go, play it by ear.
Yeah, exactly. So it was fun though. I'll say that it was fun. It was definitely challenging at times, but it was very fun to do it like together, especially with my family and stuff. So
what do you think was the hardest thing to do, like the hardest thing to put together in the bus? Because this was just like a regular bus, like there were seats and stuff in here, like it's crazy. So what was like the hardest thing?
The hardest thing, I think the biggest thing for us was, so the entire time we were building it out, we had no electricity in here, you know, so so that was our biggest challenge. And literally, so I started on August 24th, Kobe Day, and literally up to that, the 23rd, we had no electricity.
No way.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know
like
that.
we had, you know what I'm saying, like we had connected the wires, and once you've connected it and put everything around it, like you can't really go back, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we just prayed and hoped that, you know, we did the right thing. And then the day of, or the day before I started, we came in here and we, it was Mike actually. Mike did the wiring and everything. So as soon as we connected, man, we had a nice little celebration, you know. So it was pretty dope.
Right.
But I think that was the one part that like I had the biggest fear of. You know, I'm like, how am I going to do the electricity?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like water, you can kind of you know you could live without, especially especially in this time right now. But electricity, you can't really do much without no lights. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. So I think that was the biggest challenge. But you know, there's also some things in the background that kind of went along with it, more like trying to get it registered, getting the bus registered.
And how was that process? Was it really long?
It was long, and more in the sense because I had bought this. I had bought it from New York.
Yeah.
So just trying to make the transition from New York to Virginia, and then the DMV. The DMV's just been having a line up to 3, 4, 5 months sometimes. So that took some time, but we got that together, and outside of that, everything else I just kind of been learning as I went and just taking it step by step,
Do you feel like you learn new things every day about, like the process? Do you learn new things about what you want to do to grow, or do new things to the bus to make it better? Or
yeah, it's funny because especially in the beginning, like my clients would come in and every single time like they came in, they would see something new. You know what I'm saying? It was so like now that I've kind of gotten a lot of the things that I want in the bus,
right?
I'm not making as many changes. You know what I'm saying? So people come in here like, they try to look around like, what are the new things that you put up? Because they trying to just because they're so used to it. Used to seeing something new, something different every time. So. I like that too, though, because it kind of keeps things fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's not
interesting.
Yeah, it keeps it interesting
and engaged.
Yeah. So I think that's the one thing I really do love about it now is it gives me the chance to really interact with my clients.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've always done it, regardless of where I was, but this is more of a, I would say more of an intimate setting. for, you know what I'm saying, one-on-one conversation with, you know what I'm saying, with somebody else, and you're not worried about somebody else overhearing a certain, you know, so
it's like private.
It is. And like I always tell people, I know a lot of people look at it as, you know, some sort of therapy, you know.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
what
cool.
Do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by?
Because, you know, there's a lot of conversations that go on in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know where those conversations lead, and sometimes we get deep. Sometimes, you know, we just, you know, we talking about sports, we talking about, you know, whatever. But sometimes it goes even deeper. Sometimes it might be about relationships. Sometimes it might be, you know, some personal stuff. So you never know which direction it's gonna go. But it's cool to know that you know, you're building a relationship with your community. You know, so you know, I take my job seriously in that sense, because I feel like I you know, I am a big important part of the community. In terms of voicing, you know, my beliefs and just how, you know, how we should be going about, like, you know, living our lives and stuff like that, you know, in the best way we can. So just trying to push out more positivity, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely enjoy that part of it.
That's great, literally, because even like for me, like when I go to the salon, we have so many conversations. It's like, I don't know, they like literally it's your friend now. You know what I mean?
For real. And it's like, you know, there's not, you know what I'm saying, there's not many people you just be letting touch your hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
and be faithful.
Yeah, and be faithful with it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of loyalty.
Don't cheat on your barber.
Exactly,
don't cheat.
Exactly. I've had clients.
And then they come back.
They come back, man.
Literally.
My last guy, bro. And you know, I gotta doctor it up at that point. I'm like, hey, look.
I told you.
I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you already know.
You already know what it is.
You know what it is. So yeah. But it's a very rewarding job, you know. Being able to be around people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Especially at a time like this where, you know, a lot of people are locked up in their homes. They can't, you know, there's no interaction with other people.
So you think it was harder starting a business in the pandemic? Was it the process really hard, or was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It made it very challenging because a lot of the resources weren't there.
Right.
So you have to do a lot of figuring out for yourself.
Around the like ins and outs.
Everything. Yeah. Everything. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's definitely the biggest part. Like, there was a lack of resources, and you know, even if you're trying to reach out to somebody, you know, everybody's at home, or you know, and it was an early time of the quarantine.
It was like May, June.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So things were still kind of like a little shaky at that time, and so it was a lot harder, I would say. But yeah, you know, we
you still did it though.
We got it. Yeah, we got it done.
So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that is looking to start, not even a mobile barbershop, but if they're looking to open up a shop, what kind of advice would you have given yourself? Like, where, you know?
Give yourself time to grow. You know, stay planted. Sometimes, you know, you're exactly where you need to be. And just, you know, at the end of the day, there was one advice that a barber gave to me back when I was in Jersey, and he told me, if you can't hold down the shop on your own, meaning, you know, to keep it open, you know, if you're not able to, you know what I'm saying, pay the bills by yourself, then you're not ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to get yourself to a point where, you know, you got, you know, the clientele, you got the, you know, just, you know, you're improving your skill as well. And so that, you know, you're growing your clientele as you're doing that as well. So just stay planted, I'll say, and then just let yourself grow, and while you're doing that, save money.
Right.
You know, saving money is the biggest thing.
Good thing.
You know, with us, there's a lot of cash coming in, you know, so it's easy to spend the money, but, you know, it's important to also have that discipline.
Right.
Because, you know, you're going to want to do all the things that you want to do, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you're spending all that money that, you know, that can go into you building something for yourself. And, you know, that's the one important thing at this time, too, you know, is there's a lot of people being let go from their jobs and those sort of things. So, like, it's better to do these things for yourself, you know. So, and you see a lot of people are going into business for themselves. So that's a great thing. That's a good thing to see.
They are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of businesses opening.
Yeah. I think that's my advice.
Okay. Is there anything that you would have changed, like, in the process, or do you think that you just loved every second of it, or was there anything that you would have changed at the beginning to now?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm not the type of person to really, like, regret anything or anything like that. So, like, once it's done for me, I think it's, you know, it's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, you guys did a great job.
Yeah. So,
like, it turned out so good.
Yeah, and I love it, honestly. Sometimes, you know, when you're kind of in it all the time, you know,
I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. We had that conversation. It's like it kind of gets in your head a little bit, but outside of that, like, it's like I said, it's very rewarding. So
you kind of get lost in it sometimes. Like, you always have to go back to where you started and be like, absolutely. Look, I built this from the ground up.
Yeah, and I think in the beginning, I was really not looking at what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I was just on that go mode for so long. Like, I think I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and they told me, just look back at what you've done. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not something small. And, you know, for me, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, put on for my family, trying to, you know what I'm saying, just get myself to a place where, you know, I don't want to have to go through somebody to make my money, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to depend on somebody else to be able to, you know, provide me a place to, you know, to be able to cut or to be able to make my money somehow. So I think I just kind of created this platform for myself. So it was, you know, I had to take a step back and actually realize, like, what I've done. So that took some time, but I did, you know, and I felt great about it, honestly. So
I feel like, especially, you know, in the pandemic, a lot of people, like, wanted to get a source of income for themselves because they realized, like, what is a job if I can't go to work? Exactly. You know what I mean? And like, it's so important that you have another way to make money.
Absolutely.
So you're not dependent on anything.
Absolutely.
So I really applaud you for that. Like, this is one of the most amazing, like, transitions I've ever seen, because I literally saw it from, like, it's just crazy. It's literally crazy.
And I know at some point, you know, we've documented a lot over, you know, the process of us, you know, even going and buying it, and, like, all the way to, you know, finishing it up. So, you know, I can't wait to one day make that video and, you know, show the whole process. But till then, you know, we just keep that to ourselves until, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, guys, I want to say thank you to David for coming on to the Money Monday series. It was such a pleasure. If you guys are ever in the DMV area, make sure you hit him up. I will link all of his, you know, booking website. I'll link his Instagram below so you guys can go check him out and see for yourself. And you can be able to get your hair cut in this beautiful bust. So thank you so much for coming on to the Money Monday series. So I want to say thank you guys so much. Please leave your comments down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next Monday. Thank you so much.